Teddy Roosevelt, at age 42, was and still is the youngest man ever to occupy the White House, and he was easily the most colorful as well. His broad smile, spectacles, and flamboyant manner made him a cartoonist delight and quickly endeared him to the public. There may never have been such a perfect match between a president and his times. He was brash, forward-thinking, and optimistic. Some called him a force of nature. Most historians consider him to be one of our greatest presidents. He was also the author of 38 books, a war hero, rancher, explorer, and world-renowned naturalist. The high-energy campaign song we just performed was by no means the only song that TR inspired. In fact, a search revealed no less than 50 songs either about Teddy Roosevelt or specifically dedicated to him. Another great and enduring song, America the Beautiful, was written in 1910. This song is the perfect underscore for the man we're honoring today, because if anyone cherished the natural beauty of our land, it was Theodore Roosevelt. He, in fact, is our nation's greatest conservation president. Many of the people featured in this show, among them Andrew Carnegie, Thomas Edison, and Irving Berlin, started with practically nothing and achieved greatness. The popular term was self-made man, and America was famous for producing them. Young Teddy Roosevelt was also self-created, but in a different way. His challenge was physical. He started out as a weak and asthmatic child not expected to live past the age of 4. His father told him, "You have the mind, Theodore, but not the body. You must make your body." He did. Through long hours of exercise and through sheer force of will, he became a powerhouse, the most athletic president in our history. He mastered boxing, judo, horseback riding, mountain climbing, and wrestling. He climbed to the top of the Matterhorn, worked as a cowboy, and led dangerous expeditions into the wilderness. As president, he was a relentless crusader for the rights of the ordinary citizen and took on the biggest financiers of the day, ending unfair business practices and instigating the first federal standards for consumer safety. Historians often note that he was the only great president whose term was not marked by war or major national crisis. Rather, his greatness came from dynamic accomplishments. He gave us the Panama Canal, 150 new national parks and forests, and programs of reform and fairness collectively called the Square Deal. He was the first American to win the Nobel Peace Prize. Throughout his entire political career, there was never a trace of scandal or serious question about his integrity. He was easily the most dynamic man of his age, an adventure-seeking reformer till the last of his days. And it is at least a part of his legacy that his life speaks to the promise within each of us, if only we have the will and the dream.
This is America. Dream big. Now let's give this show a finale. Join me for a year at Randall